Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 25th chapter, text number 3. The glories of devotional service. Lord Kapila Dev, incarnation of God, instructing Devahuti, who is the daughter of Swayambhuva Manu and the wife of Kardama Muni, so very exalted personalities, are going to explain to us the glories of devotional service. Yad yad vidate Bhagavan Swachanandatmama mayaya Swachandatmatma mayaya Tani me shadadanasya Kirtanyanya nukirtaya Yad yad vidate Bhagavan Swachandatmatma mayaya Tani me shadadanasya Kirtanayanya kirtaya Kirtanyanya nukirtaya Yad yad vidate Bhagavan Swachandatmatma mayaya Tani me shadadanasya Kirtananyanya kirtaya Yad yad vidate Bhagavan Swachandatmatma mayaya Tani me shadadanasya Kirtanyanya kirtaya Yad yad vivate Bhagavan Swachandatmatma mayaya Tani me shadadanasya Kirtanyaya nukirtaya. Some more. Yad yad vivate Bhagavan Yad yad tatma mayaya Tani me shadadanasya Kirtanyanya nukirtaya Yad yad vidate Bhagavan Swachandatmatma mayaya Tani me shadadanasya Kirtanyaya nukirtaya. A couple more. Yad yad vidate Bhagavan Swachandatmatma mayaya Tani me shadadanasya Kirtanyanya nukirtaya Yad yad vidate Bhagavan Swachandatmatma mayaya Tani me shadadanasya Kirtanyanya nukirtaya. Okay. Yat yat. Whatever. Vidate he performs. Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. Swachandatma, full of self-desire. Atmamayaya, by his internal potency. Tani, all of them. Me, to me. Shadadanasya, faithful. Kirtananyani, kirtanyani, worthy of praise. Anukirtaya, please describe. Translation and purport by Śrīla Prabhupāda. Please repeat. Therefore, please precisely describe all the activities and pastimes of the personality of Godhead, who is full of self-desire and who assumes all these activities by his internal potency. The word anukirtaya is very significant. Anukirtaya means to follow the description, not to create a concocted mental description, but to follow. Shaunaka Rishi requested Sutta Goswami to describe what he had actually heard from his spiritual master, Sukadeva Goswami, about the transcendental pastimes the Lord manifested by his internal energy. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has no material body, but he can assume any kind of body by his supreme will. That is made possible by his internal energy. Om Jnana Timidandasya Jnana Jnana Shalakaya Chakshur Unmilitam Gena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. So here, Devahuti is inquiring from her son, who is actually Supreme Personality of Godhead, to describe all the activities and pastimes of the Supreme Lord. So this is the actual purpose of our lives, is to glorify the Lord under the guidance of the parampara. Of course, there's so many apasampradaya, there's so many false gurus, false swamis, pseudo incarnations who are going around the world these days and giving the chala dharma or concocted ideas about Sanatana Dharma. Dharma bhado vidharma syat paradharma nachoditaha upadharma tu pakando dambhava shabda vichchala. So the Avadhuta is telling Prahlad Maharaj that there are 5 kinds of a dharma which are disguised as dharma. Dharma bhado is that religion which goes against Sanatana Dharma. Vidharma is that religion which is actually they endorse some kind of concocted sinful activity. Dambhava, there's also religion which people say, oh, my religion is best, yours is inferior. Out of pride, they preach some false doctrine that they are the best. But the one here that Śrīla Prabhupāda is indicating is Dambhava Shabda Bich Chala. Oh, this Krishna, when he says in the Bhagavad-Gītā, Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto Madhiji, he's actually speaking about the one who in which we are all the one. There's no such thing as the person. So this is world jugglery. They're simply juggling words that the Brahman or the effulgence is the ultimate truth. This, of course, Śrīla Prabhupāda in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela 17, really condemns this type of impersonalism. And he actually describes them as being quite demoniac because they take away the beautiful form of the Lord, the beautiful lotus face of the Lord, the lotus hands of the Lord. And therefore, he also describes, Sukadeva Goswami describes, Yene Ravindaksha Vimukti Maninas, Tui Ashtabhavat Avishuddha Buddhaya. That their intelligence is contaminated by thinking that they obtain the highest platform of self-realization. They are Vimukti Manina. They're always thinking how to get liberation, but they refuse to surrender to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and accept His transcendental superior position over all that be. So, Sonaka Rishi had asked Sutta Goswami, what is the wonderful pastimes of the Lord? Tava katam ritam tapta jivanam. The gopis are glorifying Krishna in the 31st chapter of 10th canto. Krishna has abandoned them and he's gone into the forest searching after Radharani. He's abandoned the Rasa Leela dance and the gopis are glorifying Krishna, whose face is like a beautiful lotus flower in the autumn season. And they're saying, Tava katam ritam tapta jivanam, kavibir iditam, kalpa sapaham, shavanam mangalam, Srimad Atatam, that, oh my Lord, your wonderful glories and words are the real relief and the life and soul of all those persons who are suffering from the miseries of this material world. Certainly, those great sages who glorify you with transcendental words will certainly eradicate all sinful reactions in their lives. Kavitir idatam. Kalma sapaham, that these words will relieve them of all sinful reactions. Certainly those who glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead are the most munificent. So the gopis are glorifying the Lord like this as they're searching for Him. These transcendental activities are so uplifting and purifying. Sagunan samatittaitan brahma bhoyaya kalpate. It raises one above all the different misconceptions of life. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that Kiva Vipra Kivanyasi Sudra Kininai Ye Krishna Tattvavete Se Guru Hoy. It doesn't matter what platform you're sitting on or what your background is. If you understand and develop your prema bhakti, your love for the Lord, by glorifying Him constantly, remembering Him constantly, then you are actually the guru of human society. You become empowered to deliver the fallen souls. Srimad Atatam, that these sound vibrations are very powerful. They're imbued with so much Shakti. Sarvasya Shaktir Vividhaya Vashuyate. Swabhavaki Jnana Bala Kriya Cha. That can you imagine the potency of Lord Krishna? He says, Pravakshmi Shashi Suryayo, that the sunlight, the moonlight, there's all different energies of the Lord. And he says, Matshastani Bhutani Pasyame Saram, Pasyame Yogam Aishvaram, that just see my mystic power. I'm all pervading, I'm everywhere. Adantaracha Paramanu Chantarasta. I'm in the atom, I'm between the atom. Who is this we're talking about? The gopis are chasing, looking for Him in Vrindavan. He is Vrajendra Nandana, the son of Nanda Maharaj. So he is only concerned about how we can develop our attachment to him, our bhava for him, our desire to please him at every moment in our lives. He doesn't care when Mother Yashoda sees his universal form in his mouth, and she starts, oh, you're the supreme, you're the absolute truth, you're the supreme Lord, the all-powerful, Yadvad Vimuti Srimad Urvitam Evata Va Tattvat Vibhava Gachatvam Mamotejam Sasambhava. Krishna is telling Arjuna, all these wonderful and powerful things you see in this material creation are but a spark of my splendor. And so Krishna is standing there. He wants Mother Yashoda to take care of him in the mood of Vatsalya Ras, and he's becoming bored by her glorification of his greatness and his opulence and his powers, unlimitedly powerful. So it is very rare, of course, that we find those who come to the platform of surrender to the Lord. So many followers of the Vedas, so many yogis practicing mystic yoga, jnana yoga, all these karma kanda, they're all studying the Vedas. The Brahmins in Vrindavan, they had no love for Krishna. Although they were so highly learned, they had so much knowledge, so much yantras and tantras, performing all these different yagyas and so on. But they, oh no, let Krishna, who's this Krishna? We're too busy in doing these things. So, this is the powerful illusionary energy of the Lord. Therefore, Krishna says, Name prakasha sarvasya yoga maya samavritaha mudhoyam nabijanati mamevyam paramabhyayam. People are so proud of their intellect, of their great knowledge of the Vedas or knowledge of science. We know so much, we can make bombs. We can make a bomb that can destroy everything. And Krishna within the heart is saying, yes, Sarvachaham, Ridishani Vishto Matasmitir Gyano, Apohanam. Oh, you want atheism? Here, take atheism. Take it. You become proud and you'll destroy your whole civilization. So this is going on. Therefore, Krishna says, Name Prakasha Yoga Maya. Because my Yoga Maya protects Krishna, it protects against the demoniac class of men. Where is God? Show me God. Who is God? They never get to relish the transcendental nectar of these wonderful descriptions. Tava katamritam tapta jivanam kaviram ititam. That these great sages and devotees of the Lord, they're just diving and surfacing in this katamritam, nectar of the transcendental activities of the Lord. The Lord is constantly engaging in so many wonderful activities. And Machita Madgata Prana Bodhayatas Parasparam Katayantaschamam Nityam. The devotees are simply eager in glorifying the Lord. They're not interested in, as Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes, there's different types of jalpa or talks. We want to hear mundane topics, prajalpa. Prajalpa could also mean discussions about Krishna. Krishna is playing on his transcendental flute, his vamsi, his venu, his murali, different types of flutes, which pierces the covering of the universe, blocks the movements of the clouds, strikes the Gandharvas with wonder, breaks the meditation of the four Kumaras, and captivates the inquisitiveness of Bali Maharaj. This is a description by Rupa Goswami in Chaitanya Charitamrita, famous verses. So this is what the devotees are caring about. Therefore, yam yam vapi smaran bhavam chachite ante kalevaram. At the time of death, because we have some ruchi, maybe some atashakti, some attachment, some emotional attachment to the son of Maharaj Nanda. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful. Vrajanja, how's it go? Nandanaye, Sachi Sutta Hoile Se. Narottam Das Thakur says, Sachi Sutta Hoile Se, that the son of Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra, he is Nandana Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda and Mother Yashoda. Jagannath Mishra is Nanda Maharaj, and Mother Yashoda appears as Sachi Mata. Narottam Das Thakur tells us this. Balaram Hoy, Lord Nityananda is Lord Balaram, the son of Rohini. So, this is Gupta Vrindavan, Sridham Mayapur. The pastimes of the Lord are going on. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he has come to give this most profound understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not just understanding, but how to experience this prema bhakti, this pure love of God, how to come to this stage of Sudanam, chanting purely without any offenses, avoiding all the anarthas, adoshata, shraddha. So the first thing here describes, the one must have full shraddha, adoshata, tata, sadhu sangha, always associating with devotees of the Lord and avoiding the association of those who are fond of sense gratification, or fond of those who are fond of women, materialistic women, those who deny the existence of God. There's different types of asatsanga. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is saying that we should be eager, we should be greedy to only associate with devotees of the Lord. Otherwise, it's very, very dangerous to associate and accept the association of the non-devotees. So sadhu sangha, tata anartini bhajana kriya shat, always glorifying the Lord. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, of course, is given the easy process of this Sankirtan chanting of the holy name, which is imbued and invested with so much potency. Nam namakari bahuda nija sharva shaktis tatarpita niyamita smaraneka nakala itadrisi tavat kripa dudaivam idrisami hajni nanuraga. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has only given us these 8 verses, and he's saying that this holy name contains everything. It contains all the potencies of the Lord. Therefore, we have to take it very seriously, this holy name of the Lord. We have to chant with great attention and avoid anartha nivriti shat, so the unwanted desires within our heart, kam, krodh, lobh, lust, greed, anger, moha, mada, and matsarya, illusion, madness, and envy. It's described, though, that the hardest thing to give up for us is this pratishta, desire for fame, compared to stool. So we should try to avoid eating the stool. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that the root of all the other anarthas, kam, krodh, lobh, moha, mada, matsarya, is this pratishta, this desire for fame and name. Even amongst devotees feel some kind of dambo, some kind of pride. And they want some fame. They want to be famous. I'm this, I'm that. This is the root cause of all the other weaknesses. Lust, greed, anger, envy. These things have to be purified by beating the mind with shoes. When we wake up, we beat the mind. Chanchalahi mana Krishna pramati balavadridam. Tasyaham nigraham manye. The mind is just like the wind, and just like a boat which is caught in a hurricane on the ocean. So the mind, which is not controlled by sadhana bhakti, by performing this sadhana bhakti during the Brahma Muhurta, will become full of those material desires which we've been, Brahmanda Brahmite Konya, for millions of lifetimes we've been cultivating material desires, trying to enjoy this material world. Bhoga Ishvarya Prasaktanam Tayayap Rita Chetasam Vayasyatmika Buddhi Samado Navidiyate. If the mind is desiring subtle or gross material enjoyment, then the taste for the holy name becomes compromised, becomes dry. Just like in the beginning, we have jaundice and we're tasting rock candy that tastes very bitter. So, Vishayavani Vartante Nirharasya Dehinam Rasa Varjam Raso. We have to come to this platform of Ruchi. So after performing Bhajana Kriya, we come to Nishta. We become fixed in practicing this sadhana bhakti. However, we have to keep persevering and come to the stage of Ruchi, tasting the nectar of the holy name. That is Krishna. Krishna, you can't imagine how nectarine Krishna is. I mean, Rupa Goswami is describing the gopis are cursing Brahma that for one moment, right? Yugayitam nimeshina chakshasha pravishayitam shunyayitam. That just by the blinking one blink, I can't see Krishna. I hate Lord Brahma. I hate whoever built his eyes. Radharani prays, may I have the eyes of a fish which never blinks. So that is the intense desire to see and please Krishna. Of course, this is devoid of lust, although the gopis have this conjugal attraction to the Lord. This is their intense desire to please the Lord. They're so concerned, they're saying, my dear Lord, you're walking through the forest and your skin is so soft that it's being pierced by the twigs and stones on the ground. And even if you put your feet on our breasts, they will become damaged, hurt by our hard breasts. So the gopis are thinking in this way, meditating on how Krishna is so wonderful, how we have to keep him happy and keep him pleased, even if that happiness causes me distress. Tateno kampam shishamiksamano bunjane vatma kritam vipakam rigvag vapubir vidadam namaste jivete yo mukti pade sadaya bak. My dear Lord, that devotee who tolerates all kinds of trials and tribulations and accepts it due to his past karma and simply goes on trying to please you under any circumstance, disease, gain, loss, honor, dishonor, all the dualities, he becomes the rightful owner, and he is completely jivan mukta, he is completely liberated, but he becomes the rightful property of you. So Krishna is attracted by our unconditional surrender, unconditional desire to please him under any circumstance. Yashmit no vajite loko, loka no vajite chaya. Harsha marsha bayod vegar muktiyas sachame priyaha. In the 12th chapter, what is a pure devotee? Advaishta sarvabhutanam maitra karuna evacha nirmamo nirahankaro samadukat sukakshami. He doesn't care. Krishna, I am yours from this day forward. I am yours. Let me chant your holy names with great, strong desire and determination. Let my mind focus on your transcendental names and your forms, qualities, and activities, regardless of whether I'm famous or infamous, whether I'm hated or loved, whether my situation is in poverty or in wealth. It doesn't matter. Like this is transcendental and pure devotional service to the Lord, and therefore Krishna is attracted by this, and he becomes the property of his devotee, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the supreme source of everything that be. You just imagine this is one tiny little universe in a bucket full of mustard seeds. Lord Haridas Thakur is describing, Yasya Prabhu Prabhupato Jagadanda Koti Koti Shivashesha Vashadari Vibhuti Binam Tad Brahmanishkalam Ashesha Vibhutam Govindam Aripurusham Tamaham Bhajami. That all the universes that the foolish scientists are speculating about, oh yes, it's the Milky Way is full of galaxies, and the moon, we've been to the moon, all nonsense, all rascaldom. Mogasha Moga Karmana Moga Jnana Vicheshisaha Rakshashim Asurim Chaiva. Krishna said they all will be defeated by their atheistic conclusions and demoniac mentality, simply trying to deny the existence of God because they think we are the controllers of our destiny. We're the controllers of everything. Ishvaraham aham bogi, siddhoham balavan sukhi. We are great. Who needs God like this? So, the Lord then is not approachable by them, as Queen Kunti says, that you're not approachable by these fools, Jan Maishvarya, Shruti Shribir, who think they're very highly learned. Their values are, oh, how beautiful is my body. I'm born in a very wealthy country, or I'm born in a Brahmin family, aristocratic Brahmin. They even used to chastise and criticize Lord Chaitanya, these young Brahmins here in Navadvip. Lord Chaitanya was chanting, Gopi, Gopi, Vishaka, Lalita, Chandra, Sudevi, and so on. And they criticized Lord Chaitanya. Why are you saying Gopi? Us Brahmins, we chant certain mantras. Like this, Lord Chaitanya was so angry, he picked up a stick, and he was chasing this Brahmin. So he complained to all the other Brahmin boys, and they said, we will retaliate against him. Lord Chaitanya came to give this mercy, and yet they're so foolish. They have no desire for the great treasure of the love of God. So then he decided, okay, he invited Keshav Bharati to his house here in Mayapur and said, I wish to take initiation in sannyas order. And then he went to Katwa and shaved his head because at least they have some respect for the sannyas order. Some respect is there. Although Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he exhibited such humility that even Prakashananda Saraswati, who was criticizing him, he wanted to endow them and give them, bequeath them with this great prema bhakti. Gauranga Mahaprabhu is here giving prema bhakti, just like the tailor, one tailor, a Muslim tailor of Srivas Thakur. He really loved the dancing of Lord Chaitanya. Every night, Lord Chaitanya would dance in ecstasy, and also they would perform Sankirtan Yaga, dancing and chanting throughout Navadvip and Mayapur. So although he was a Malecha, a Muslim, he was so attracted to Lord Chaitanya's dancing. And he was very attracted. He was the tailor of Srivas Thakur. And then Lord Chaitanya thought, oh, he's so favorable. Let me reveal who I am. So he revealed to this tailor that he is actually the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha. So he revealed his form. And the tailor said, I am seeing. And he became a great, great devotee of Lord Chaitanya after that, a very intimate devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very magnanimous, very munificent. He wants to give us this prema, this ruchi, this ashakti, and then bhav. Bhava means intense desire to always glorify the Lord, to always please the Lord, and simultaneously to have great compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. That is our only business. Yare deke tarikaha Krishna upadesh, amara jnana guru hane desh. That Prabhupada wanted to create a society of Brahmins. And so he went to America. And he was criticized how you could make these malechas into Brahmins. And they criticize him. Prabhupada said, fools and rascals are always ready to criticize one who is dedicated to spreading the mission of the Lord. And although social norms are different in the West, and Prabhupada made so many adjustments, he gave Brahmin to the ladies, Vaishnavis, and so many things. They were also doing so much book distribution and preaching. Anyone can become a great devotee of the Lord. Doesn't matter what kind of body you have. So this is Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission, and Śrīla Prabhupada was empowered. He's empowered. Very powerful what he has done. Transformation of people who are addicted to all kinds of sinful activities. They're drowning in this ocean of sin. Kalir dosha nide rajan. It's an ocean of dosha. Ocean of faults. People are they don't understand the kind of karma they're accruing every single day by engaging in these sinful. They have no idea. They have no idea. They don't know even what is the goal of human life, but they don't have any idea of their future. Very, very dark future unless they get this mercy, the authentic path of devotional service, this mercy of the holy names. So, Śrīla Prabhupada, he's saying, regardless of what criticism I receive, this movement of Lord Chaitanya will increase more and more. It will go on spreading like this, because this is the desire of the Supreme Lord for this age of Kali Yuga. Kirata hunanja pulinda pulkash shambira shamba yavana kashareya yene chapapa tadapa shraya shraya sudyanti tasmai prabha vishnave namaha. That even those who are tribal people, just like in Africa, Prabhupada mentions, that they eat their own old men. They eat the old man when they're too old. Cannibalism. Or in some places, there's even child sacrifice or human sacrifice going on. Kirata hunanja pulinda pulka shambira shamba yavana kasharaya. Yavana, they eat the flesh of animals, abominable activities, but if they get the mercy of a great devotee of the Lord, Naishamati Stava the Rukamangung, Sprishashana Tokamararta Yadarta, Mahiya Sampada Rajobhisheka. Prahlad says, if you can get your body anointed with the dust coming from a great devotee of the Lord, Niskinchanana Navinita Yava, one who has absolutely no material desires, no interest in this material world, because he's full of love of God. He's full of Krishna. He's full of Radha and Krishna, Prema Bhakti. Then he can, if you get that, anoint your body with that mercy, you can also, you'll be very fortunate, and you will be able at the time of death to go back home, back to Godhead. So, Kapila Dev here will describe the glories of devotional service. It is very, very rare to attain pure devotional service to the Lord, or even to come to devotional service is very rare. It's a great fortune. People get distracted by so many different paths. Oh no, I'm a follower of Vedic culture, I'm a follower of Vedanta and this and that. I do yoga, I have my own path. So many people we approach, no, I have my own guru. But this Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya is the only and authentic way whereby one can be benefited by the Supreme Lord Himself and receive the mercy of the great, great Acharyas. Tat karma pavartana, we follow in the footsteps of these great Acharyas and perform the rules and regulations of Bhakti, and along with the other devotees, associating with devotees discussing and sharing with devotees Krishna consciousness, preaching together, studying together, chanting together. In this way, we can inundate the entire world with this Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the ocean of pure devotion to the Lord. So, let us open up for comments or questions on this verse. A few minutes.
Thank you, Kripanidhi Prabhu, for a wonderful class.
Hare Krishna.
You mentioned, how the sadhana practice can free us from mental disturbance. So many devotees become mentally disturbed, but they don't have faith that by having strong sadhana practices, they can be relieved of that. Can you give any kind of formulas so that that faith will be there? And that's what they need to do to free themselves from the Kali Yuga mental disturbances?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, Śrīla Prabhupāda looked at us one day in class and he said, devotional service is not easy. People, it looks easy. You chant Hare Krishna, jump up and down in the streets, beat the madanga. It looks easy. He said devotional service is very difficult. So, he said, don't be weak-minded. Don't be weak-minded. And he said that doubts are like demons. So, of course, he also asked us many times to embrace this instruction of Lord Chaitanya, to feel oneself lower than the straw on the street, and to be very tolerant. Sometimes our minds, our ego, gets insulted. A devotee offends me and I accept the insult. Yasmin nod vijite loko, lokan nod vijite chaya. A devotee is never disturbed, even if someone attacks them or insults him or something. So that's part of the Trinada Piso nature. I'm humble until someone, disrespects me. Then I, wait a minute, you're disrespecting me. I'm a senior devotee. Don't you know who I am? Lord Chaitanya was so humble with Prakashananda Saraswati that he sat in the very, where they wash their feet, and he's God himself, and he was so humble. So, if the mind is disturbed, we must take shelter of devotees, our equals, and take shelter of those who we consider to be senior devotees, Dadati Patigrinadi, Goyam Akiti, inquire confidentially. But there has to be a level of determination, and there has to be a level of avoiding kutinati, fault finding. Everyone has faults. We all have faults. Someone, Krishna gives him a high position in ISKCON, he may have some faults. You see, he's not qualified. This movement is bogus. No. Everyone's trying to please the great Acharya. And Krishna puts certain people in a position of authority. Avoid kutinati. Bhakti Siddhanta, he tells us, this is a weed growing in your heart. Don't chant Hare Krishna and in your mind you're being judgmental. Oil your own machine. Bhakti Siddhanta says, oil your own machine. Don't, oh, look at this devotee. Blah, blah, blah. No. If you want to help a devotee, then there's a way of doing it. First, you win his heart, make friends with the person, make a good friend. And if you see some weakness, Prabhu, I really love you very much, but, give some advice like that, especially if you're an older devotee. And many, many young devotees are coming to our movement, and so they're very, devotional creepers, very tender, very fragile, so they have to be treated nicely. We have to show them a lot of affection and help them. Because when people come to this movement, oh, the gates of Vaikuntha have opened, everything's perfect. And they look up to everyone. Oh, everything's so ideal. No, even in the assembly of devotees, there are so many faults and so on. But everyone is trying. Everyone's in the shower trying to clean themselves, right? So for the new devotees who are say, maybe struggling with their minds and struggling, then we give them shelter. We offer them shelter. We have counselors. We have workshops. How to chant your rounds properly. Avoid different types of japa. Mobile phone japa. Social japa. Socializing japa. Right? Prabhu, we're worshipping Śrīla Prabhupāda in Guru Puja. What are you doing? Chatting. Chatty japa. They call it yapa japa in the West. So we have to give priority to the holy name of the Lord. We have to give priority to Krishna. And we have yasya deva parabhaktiriyata devetara. We have to have full faith in Guru and Krishna. And when we say Guru, there are many Shiksha Gurus. There is Diksha Guru, and then of course Srila Prabhupada is the overriding Acharya. We have to read his purports. We have to embrace his directives. He's even teaching by his example. In the West, he did so many things by his example. And so his instructions are also by his own behavior. Acharya, right? And also in his purports, he's giving so many instructions and so on. So this is the parampara system. So I hope I answered the question, but we have to fight with the mind, fight with our inebrieties, our problems. We have to fight. We have to be determined. Itantas mam dhridavrataha. Those who engage with determination will be successful.
Wow, Hare Krishna. That was a great class, and I admire your humor and your humor, your sense of wonderfulness. This is a very wonderful world. So we only got a minute left. When you come to Sridhar Mayapur, Navadvip, Nadia, what do you look for? What attracts you to be here?
Sridhar Mayapur is a very special place. We have the activities of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nitya Leela. His activities are everywhere. Srivasangam, very important place where the Sankirtan movement began. It's very powerful. Yoga Pit, the birthplace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in this age of Kali, is right where we are. So these pastimes are going on. We may not see them, but the Shakti is there of these pastimes. Nimai Pandit is running to the Ganga and doing all kinds of mischief. It's going on right now as we speak. So that Shakti is there. We have to remember this is not West Bengal. This is Mayapur Dham. This is the spiritual world. Everything here, the trees are all Kalpavriksha trees, all the dogs, whatever we see, they're all Vaikuntha, they're all Dhamvasis, Vaikuntha. We can't see that, but this is the dome, the spiritual world. We want to take advantage of it. Therefore, we have to be very careful to avoid the 10 offenses. And the 10 offenses to the holy name, the 10 offenses to the holy Dham. So we have to be extremely cautious here, step carefully. Because if we commit too many offenses, suddenly we'll find ourselves somewhere else, outside of the holy Dham. So it requires a great amount of diligence in our service. You know, we have to not become lazy. We have to be more enthusiastic, more, and so on. It's easy to take for granted the holy Dham, because here, people come here to see the movement of Śrīla Prabhupāda. They come from all over India, all over the world. We can take it for granted. It's very, in a sense, very cushy. It's not like in America where you're just trying to distribute a book, or in the West, and some guy punches you in the face. Says, you're a cult, you're brainwashing people, you're a pariah to society. This, all the time this goes on in the West. You can ask Janmaswami Prabhu, he's book distribution in the West. I'm a book, it's very hostile. It's very demonic, very aggressive. At any moment you can be injured. People pull guns on us when we're doing Sankirtan. You know, everyone has a gun over there. So here, it can be a little cushy, a little bit comfort zone. So we should be very careful about that. And we should be enthusiastic to help the people who visit. We should be enthusiastic to promote this Sankirtan chanting, because when I was on Padayatra, when we came to Bengal, instead of having 5,000 people in the village, like in Andhra Pradesh and Madhya Pradesh, when we came to Bengal, we suddenly noticed, wow, 30,000, 40,000 people from the village, and they all love to chant and dance. This is Bengal, where the Lord was here 500 years ago. All these people are descendants of these devotees who were given love of God by Lord Chaitanya. It's very special. It's in their gene pool. It's in their DNA. This chanting and dancing, they already know, you know. So basically, when we were in Padayatra going to different villages, the most important thing we had to say, they all know Gornitai and they know Kirtan. Please, fish is not vegetarian. Lord Chaitanya, Krishna doesn't accept fish. Falki gel. It's not the fruit of the ocean, no. We have to be sattvic and avoid this non-veg. That was all we had to teach. And so now we see, in those days, of course, very few devotees coming to Mayapur, a few people. Now, tens of thousands with Japamala from all over West Bengal, you know, are coming, chanting Hare Krishna. It's a great miracle. So we're very grateful for devotees who are spreading this movement. So this is a special place. This is a special place, Bengal. Śrīla Prabhupada said, Nadia is the most spiritual place in the universe, and in Nadia, this Mayapur Navadvip is the most spiritual place in the universe. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Radha Krishna Nohe Anya. Radha, Krishna in the mood of Radharani walked all around here and was swimming in the Ganges here. So very special. You have to remember that and be very careful with our behavior in the holy Dham. Very, very careful. So it's time to say thank you very much and Hare Krishna. Thank you for your association. Thank you for your mercy. All glories to Śrīla Prabhupāda.